at this! I can smush it down into a little squash ball. Hi guys, welcome back to Viestelook. I just wanted to share with you a product that has changed my life ever since I started using it, and you can probably tell by the title that it is Beauty Blender. Beauty Blender is now my makeup bestie. I cannot do my makeup without it. It just is so useful and friendly to my dry skin. I find that with a lot of foundation brushes, it tends to emphasize dry patches or it leaves streaks or whatever. But with a beauty blender, it gives such a smooth application and it makes my skin look so much more glowy and dewy and fresh looking. So I have been loving it. And of course, the beauty blender, as many of you know, is pretty expensive. It's like 30 bucks a piece. And really, who has 30 bucks to spend every couple months just to get a replacement for their beauty blender? So I know that a lot of people are curious about dupes. Since every single brand is coming out with a beauty blender dupe, I have two dupes that I have tried, and I'm just going to share with you guys what I think about them and tell you if I truly think any of those are worth buying, or you should just splurge your $30 and spend it on the real thing. These are the sponges I'll be talking about today. This guy in the middle is the star of the show. It is the Real Beauty Blender in black. This guy is from Up and Up, the Target brand, and this is Deca from a store called Trade Secret in Toronto. So let's start with this guy first, since it is the very first makeup sponge that I bought and ever used. Okay, so when you first look at this thing, it looks like the Real Beauty Blender. It has exact shape, so the Deca brand did an amazing job at copying the Beauty Blender, and it comes in that exact like standard pink that Beauty Blender comes in as well. This one I got for 10 bucks at Trade Secret, which isn't bad compared to $30. So let's talk about application. I used this guy before the Beauty Blender and I thought this thing was amazing. I used BB cream with it, I used cream foundation with it, I used liquid foundation with it, and it just blended everything nicely into my skin. It went on so smoothly, it didn't leave any dry patches or blotches. This sponge feels much tougher and firmer compared to the Beauty Blender. It is definitely more dense, so it feels much harder. One thing though is I find that this sponge does soak up a lot of product. So in the long run, it does waste a lot of your BB cream and foundation, which is never a good thing. And no matter how many times you wash this thing, it never goes back to its original color because of how much product it soaks in. As you can see from the tip and the bottom, it's pretty much just like beige. It does the job, it's just it doesn't do as great as a job as the original Beauty Blender. Alright, next one up is Up and Up. This is the Target makeup sponge. This one, as you can see, has a different shape than the Deca and the original Beauty Blender. It has more of a, what shape would you call this? It doesn't have that egg shape. It doesn't have that pointy, round, it doesn't have that nice rounded off bottom. It's just like, wow. Now, what I didn't like about this sponge was how hard it felt. Like it's just not smooth to the touch. It's not like sandpaper rough, but it's not like as soft as the other two. And it's just so hard. So when you're like blending stuff on your face, you feel like you're punching yourself in the face every time. Well, especially when I'm doing my makeup in a hurry, and this one was just like, it just didn't feel comfortable on skin. I find that this one is so dense that it doesn't have as many pores in the sponge compared to the other two. With the other two, you can actually see like the little holes, the pores in the sponges, but definitely not this one. So product doesn't tend to seep in as easily, which is good. You don't waste as much product, but like what I explained to you earlier, it's not as soft, it's so hard, it's just not comfortable in the skin. I find that it didn't do as good of a job mixing the foundation with the dampness of the sponge. So my foundation went on quite dry, like much drier than the other two sponges, which is not the look that I'm looking for. The reason why I use Beauty Blender or Beauty Blender Dupes is because I want that dewy, glowy look that they can offer, but this one doesn't really do that. It's just like those any other sponges that you can buy in the cosmetic aisle, like those white triangular sponges. It just works like that. So this is definitely not a winner. I don't like this sponge at all. Time for the real Beauty Blender. This is the original Beauty Blender in black, and I got this during the, what's that called? Oh, the Sephora VIB sale in the springtime. And so I got the 2-in-1 that comes in a box. I believe I paid $29 plus 15% off for 2 beauty blenders, which I was very happy about because that is a pretty good deal. At least much better than buying one for 30 bucks. So definitely look out for those sales if you guys are hoping to try this out. This guy is just a life changer. I don't even use any of my face brushes anymore. If I am applying foundation or BB cream, whatever it is, I always reach for this guy. This is just so soft to touch. As you can see, it's so squeezable. It's like chook, 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 as opposed to this one. Like this, such a difference. Like, oh my gosh. Big difference, guys. And I find that it doesn't soak up as much product as the Deca one. The Deca one just soaks up half the product that I put on it. So the Beauty Blender just cuts my makeup application time in half because it takes me seriously under 30 seconds. This is going to be a repurchase like my entire life for sure. It's so soft and it's just so easy to blend all your makeup together. Because the original Beauty Blender has so many little pores, you can really get it damp and then squeeze the excess water out, and it just mixes so well with whatever products you use with it. So yeah, price is quite steep for a sponge, but I think that the results that you get with the original Beauty Blender is truly worth it. So if you do have that extra money to spend, then definitely consider getting the original Beauty Blender. And that is all the makeup sponges I wanted to share with you today. If you have any recommendations as to Beauty Blender dupes or any other makeup sponges that you've tried and you think is definitely worth checking out, then leave it in the comments below. I am always really curious about new stuff that's coming out, and all these brands are making, you know, Beauty Blender dupes now. I'm sure maybe one of them will be just as good. You never know, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Viestelook. I hope you are here to stay, and check out my other videos down below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe because I have many more videos coming up for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys!